A 30-year-old making $75,000 a year in Chicago should not feel broke. On paper, that's solid, above the U.S. median income, college degree, stable job, maybe even a 401k. And yet, their bank account hovers around $6,200, credit card balance $8,400, student loans $32,000, net worth barely positive. This isn't rare, it's normal, and that's the problem. Because by 30, many people assume they should be close to $100,000 in net worth. It sounds reasonable, 10 years of adulthood, a decent salary, no catastrophic mistakes. So why do most 30-year-olds never reach $100K? It's not laziness, it's not avocado toast, it's math and timing, and a system that quietly extracts cash before you ever see it. Let's start with the obvious. The average college graduate in the US leaves school with around $30,000 in student debt. Some leave with double that. You graduate at 22, your first job pays $52,000. Sounds fine, but after federal tax, state tax, Social Security, Medicare, and health insurance, that $52,000 turns into maybe $38,000 take home. That's $3,166 a month. Now subtract rent. In many cities, even modest ones, you're looking at $1,400 to $1,800 for a one-bedroom. Let's be conservative, $1,500. Now you're at $1,666. Car payment, $400. Insurance and gas, $250. Groceries, $350. Student loan minimum, $300. Utilities, phone, subscriptions, $300. We're already at $3,100. That leaves $66, not for investing, for life, for birthdays, for a flight home at Thanksgiving. For replacing a laptop that just died. This is how it starts. You're not reckless, you're surviving. And here's the first uncomfortable truth: your 20s are financially expensive. People talk about compound interest like it's this magical snowball, but compound interest needs time and principle. Most people in their 20s have neither. Instead, your 20s are when you move cities, switch jobs, pay deposits, buy furniture, attend weddings, fix cars, make mistakes. Every reset costs money. Now fast forward to 30. Let's say you did well, promotions, raises, you're making $85,000 now. Great, but lifestyle expanded too. You moved into a better apartment, you upgraded the car, you started traveling more. Maybe you're helping family, maybe you're paying for a wedding. Here's the quiet mechanism nobody explains clearly. Income grows linearly. Lifestyle grows exponentially. Each raise feels small. Each upgrade feels justified. Over time, the gap between earning and investing never meaningfully widens. And then there's the illusion of progress. You check your 401k, it says $27,000. You feel responsible, but net worth isn't one account. It's assets minus liabilities. If you still owe $25,000 on student loans and $10,000 on a car, that $27,000 doesn't mean what you think it means. Net worth $27,000 minus $35,000 equals negative $8,000. You are financially treading water, but it feels like swimming. Midway through this story, let's pause. Because some viewers are thinking, okay, but what about investing? The stock market averaged around 8–10% historically. Shouldn't that fix it? In theory, yes. In practice, the average 20-something invests late, inconsistently, and conservatively. They wait until 27 or 28 to take it seriously. They invest $300 a month, sometimes less. They panic during downturns. They pause contributions during job transitions. Compound growth hates interruptions. Let's run simple math. If you invested $500 a month from age 22 to 30 at an 8% return, you'd have roughly $60,000 by 30. That's meaningful. But most people don't start at 22 with $500 extra. They start at 26 with $200. Or at 29 with $400. The timeline compresses, the snowball shrinks, and then there's inflation. In 2020, $100,000 felt like a strong milestone. In 2026, it doesn't carry the same weight. Rent is higher, groceries are higher, insurance is higher. Your target quietly moves while you're chasing it. Now let's talk about the real hidden drain: invisible wealth taxes, not government taxes. Social comparison: you don't buy the nicer apartment because you're irresponsible. You buy it because your peers did. You don't upgrade your phone because the old one broke. You upgrade because everyone else has. In your 20s and early 30s, social spending is relentless. Trips, events, bachelor parties, baby showers, you're not competing for status consciously. But your spending patterns drift upward with your environment. And here's the irony, the people who look richest at 30 are often the furthest from $100K net worth. Nice car lease, luxury building. Designer vacations, net worth unknown, often fragile. Meanwhile, the person quietly maxing their Roth IRA, driving a paid-off car, living slightly below their means, they look boring. Boring compounds, flash depreciates, but there's one more structural issue. Most people misunderstand the timeline to 100K. If you start at zero at 22 and want $100K by 30, you need to average roughly $12,500 per year in net worth growth, after tax, after expenses, after debt payments. That means aggressive saving, consistent investing, and limited lifestyle inflation for 8 straight years. No major resets, no long unemployment gaps, no big financial mistakes. That's not impossible, it's just rarer than people think. And here's where the hype collides with reality. Social media compresses timelines. You see how I built $250K by 28. You don't see the 6-figure salary at 23, or the rent-free living situation, or the equity compensation in a startup that exploded. Outliers become expectations. Meanwhile, the median net worth for Americans under 35 is far below 100K for many. It's closer to a fraction of that. So when most 30-year-olds don't hit $100K, it's not because they failed. It's because the system front-loads costs and backloads rewards. Debt early, earnings later, growth latest, and that creates a psychological trap. At 30, if you're sitting at $35,000 net worth, it feels small. But if you're finally debt-free, earning $90,000 and investing $1,200 a month, your next decade looks completely different from your first. The jump from $0 to $100K is slow and frustrating. The jump from $100K to $300K is faster. From $300K to $1M, faster still. Compounding is unimpressive at the beginning and obvious at the end. But most people quit emotionally before they see it accelerate. So the real reason most 30-year-olds never reach $100K isn't one dramatic mistake. It's a series of small, reasonable decisions, taken in a system that rewards patience but markets urgency. Higher rent, slightly nicer car, delayed investing, minimum payments, social pressure, none fatal on their own. Together, they delay the milestone by years, and maybe that's the deeper question. If $100K by 30 is structurally difficult for most people, should the goal be to hit it early? Or should the real goal be to build the machine that makes the next $100K inevitable? Because one of those paths chases a number, the other changes the trajectory. And at 30, trajectory might matter more than the balance itself.